Hey guys, Joel Frank here, market analyst for YouTrading. And in today's video, we're going to be taking a quick look across markets, taking a quick look at some of the events that are coming up this week that could shape macro sentiment and how things are going to be shaping up this week. So let's jump straight into the charts here. The first one I want to take a look at is dollar yen, because it's been quite a quiet start to the week. Got the markets in the US closed for a holiday, but there is a lot of chatter and action going on in Japan. Markets have been testing hard the Bank of Japan's 0.5% yield ceiling for the Japanese government 10-year bond. The Bank of Japan meeting is coming up later this week, and there is some chatter that amid all this pressure on their yield target zone, that it might get another tweak. Remember, they gave us a surprise tweak at their last meeting. I don't know if that's the base case expectation, but it's a possibility that we should be keeping an eye on. The yen will therefore be one of the most important currencies to be watching this week. And when we're talking about the Bank of Japan, that arrow's come out a bit funny. But anyway, when we're talking about the Bank of Japan tweaking their policy in a hawkish direction, and we're also talking about the Fed maybe not having to tighten quite so much this year, or even being able to cut rates as inflation comes back swiftly, which it looks like it's doing, and as US growth slows swiftly, which it looks like it's doing. It looks to me as though this downwards trend channel in dollar yen is going to continue to be where we see this currency moving. Now, I did do a trade idea video recently where I talked about how I expect dollar yen to eventually hit this support level here around 126. And, since I did that video, we saw a big drop under 130. And I do expect to hit that target potentially this week. Bank of Japan isn't the only thing to be watching this week, though. We do have quite a lot of things to be juggling from a macro perspective. Like we've got the World Economic Forum, so expect a lot of commentary from global leaders regarding everything pretty much. Obviously, it's an economic focused meeting, though. Skipping a lot of this G10, like we've got a lot of Canadian stuff this week, like BoC, CPI, retail sales on Friday. We've got a lot of UK stuff as well, UK jobs, UK CPI and UK retail sales. Obviously, that's important for the people who trade those currencies. But for me, the most important things this week are US PPI and US retail sales out on Wednesday, and we get a continued flow of earnings. So earnings, US PPI, US retail sales for me are the top things this week. And I'm expecting both of them or all of these upcoming macro events to pretty much point in the same direction or towards the same kind of story. We've got inflation coming down quickly, but growth in the US looks like it's stuttering. And that is the message I'm expecting from retail sales and from earnings. But, if the earnings do come up better than expected this week, this crawl higher that we've seen in equities, which has mostly just been driven about optimism about inflation, if we do get a little bit less pessimistic about earnings growth potential, we could see this crawl continue this week. The S&P 500 now back above its 200-day moving average properly. I mean, we did recently get above the 200 DMA, but we weren't able to hold. Whether we can hold this time is going to be an important test of market sentiment. Just quickly looking at a few other asset classes then. Oil, off recent lows, but still struggling to get above the 50 DMA. We do have a pessimistic global economic outlook, which is important for oil, more important than things like inflation and financial conditions. So to me, that makes it seem as though it's going to be a struggle for oil to rally from here. If it does go higher with market sentiment, you want to be looking at this resistance around 82. And then you got things like gold, which have been doing well recently. You can see we've broken back above 1900, above this 1880 resistance area. If the dollar keeps weakening, if we keep talking about global economic weakness, if we keep talking about Fed, the Fed not having to be quite so hawkish this year, this rally in gold has potentially got some legs. But yeah, guys, hope you all enjoyed the video, and I will see you all in the next one.